Questions, please?
So, Coach, start with the lineup change. Did you think it was effective, or at least eventually? What were your thoughts on
Didn't
that?
seem to be that.
Well, not early, but later.
Didn't seem like it helped us much. They were really well prepared. They took away everything that we wanted to do, and we didn't handle it very well. And they really were, you know, you're talking about a bunch of upperclassmen, a bunch of seniors, and they kind of overpowered our younger guys. So, you know, go in at halftime and say, can't do that anymore. And so we put Derek in, moved Jermaine. Jermaine was playing a forward, moved him to guard, so we could utilize our size.
The shot that Jermaine hit right before the half, it seemed like the momentum from that really carried into the second half. What'd you tell him at halftime? Did you get the sense that that shot kind of gave him a little extra?
Told him throw Jermaine in the corner every time he was down there. No, not really. I mean, we talked about what we got to do defensively to do a better job. We were on the side of them the whole half instead of being in front of them, and you know, we try to get in front of them. And you know, you can't underestimate what Derek did. I mean, you're talking about a 6'9", 200, whatever he is, 65, 270-pound guy who can sit down and stay in front of people, make them shoot it over him, and then when he wants to be a shot blocker, he can block shots. I thought the first couple of shots he blocked, I think, got their attention a little bit, and they were a little less eager to drive it at the rim after that. And then he scored for us, you know. And I think the other thing is they were getting more than one shot. It generally came after like a ball got kicked around or whatever. But you know, when Derek got in there, I thought he rebounded everything.
So was it defense that first part of the second half, first 10 minutes, that was even more key than your offense?
I think it propelled us. And we finally made a couple shots, but we threw it close. We finally made some free throws. Taz got a little tired. We put Sean in. Sean made a couple big shots for us. Deuce made a couple big shots for us. Game's a little easier when the ball goes in the basket.
It was 45% difference from their first half to the second half shooting. Just, it was Derek going in as simple as that. What other things did you guys?
Well, I thought we did a better job of covering them up. They're really good shooters, really good shooters, and you know, we were giving them step-in shots, and we were giving a lot of pitch stuff off of penetration, and we didn't do a very good job. The whole battle was we just didn't stay in front of them very well, and we didn't do what we're supposed to do. I mean, their first two baskets are shots in the corner with a guy driving the baseline, which anybody who's ever played basketball knows that the guy drives the baseline, he's going to throw it to the corner, you step in, steal the ball, and we go the other way, and we didn't do it either time. So trying to get them back to playing fundamentally the way that we're supposed to play. We got to be. Somehow we end up being ball watchers to start the game.
Coach, would it be fair to say defense in the second half was maybe more about their enthusiasm, more so than X's and O's?
Well, it was different people. You know, and again, you know, we started small. And that probably wasn't the right thing to do, you know, in hindsight. But we were struggling so bad to score with playing that bigger lineup. But I thought the big lineup in the second half really saved us. I mean, Derek and Oscar and Gabe all were good defensively, and I think moving Jermaine from guarding a forward to out guarding a guard mean, he did a great job of shutting off their penetration. So, and when they did penetrate, Derek did a great job of blocking and changing shots.
Coach, I know you've said you don't really think about the wins and the all-time list and stuff, but you tied Dean Smith and...
I'll let you guys do that. You guys seem to have a big time doing that.
I was just going to say, you actually coached against Dean Smith a couple
did.
times. So what are your memories of him like?
Well, you know, I got to do Michael Jordan's fantasy camp, of which, of course, Coach was there, and I got to spend, you know, a lot of time with him. And quality guy, class guy, fun guy. He was more fun than I thought he would be. You know, just kind of watching him from afar. He's a fun guy to be around. But and then I've known Roy forever, and you know I enjoy being around coaches. I've always enjoyed being around coaches. You know, I think I've told you guys this. When I first got to be on the Nike circuit as a clinician, I was at the University of Akron, and I went in. I mean, you speak one time for 45 minutes, like Friday, Saturday, or Sunday back then. And I mean, I went in there Friday at noon, man. I'm in there helping them set up the room. I'm in there listening to all those guys that are in there. I mean, it's, you know, Dean Smith's there, and, you know, of course, obviously Roy's there, and Tarkanian, and Abe Lemons, and Louis Carnesecca, and Jim Valvano, and man, I was in heaven, and I'm just sitting there trying to take everything in. And I'm very fortunate, I think, to be in the generation that I'm in, that I was able to spend tons of quality time with Al McGuire and guys like that, you know. So those are people that I admired. Those are people that I learned a lot from. Those are people that taught me a lot. Taught me a lot about this business, not just the basketball part of it, but the business part of it. And so I don't, you know, when people keep asking me, like, what do you think about being, you know, whatever, or having this many, I don't pay any attention, you know. It's my friends, you know. I mean, what do I care?
Coach, if I could, let me ask it this way. The first time you coached against Coach Smith, you're still a pretty young guy.
Yep.
Hard not to get caught up in the fact you were coaching against Dean Smith?
You know, I really didn't worry about Dean. I worried about them guys he had on his team. Because we were starting 4 freshmen, as I remember, and we were playing in whatever that is down there. Carmichael was the old one. Whatever it is, the new one. It was new then, you know, and man, they had guys. And then later on, we played them in a deal they did in Charlotte. And that's when he had Rasheed and Stackhouse and McGinnis and all those guys. And I never gave Dean one thought.
Sure.
I mean, I'm worried about how do we guard these guys.
Coach, Taz and Deuce led the team in shots, and it wasn't really even close. Was it a conscious effort to get those specific guys shots, or was that just a product of this?
We're trying to find somebody who could make one. So Taz has been making shots. Sean shot it pretty well last couple of days. You know, and I know it's redundant, but I don't decide their playing time. They do. And that's what those guys sitting over on the bench got to understand. I didn't do that. They did. You know, I mean, look at what they've done. Look at their stats. Look at what's happening. Hey, listen, if you play bad, you should sit on a bench. If you play good, you should play. And aside from all that, I'm just trying to win, man. I'm just trying to win. We had a miserable year last year, and I promised the state of West Virginia we wouldn't do that again. You know, that we're going to get it going again, and we're going to be in the NCAA tournament. And we're going to be a good team. We're going to be ranked again, and that's more important to me. More important to me that, I mean, I think at least until today, we were on pace to set the all-time attendance record. That's important to me. I pay more attention to that than I do who's won how many games.
Bob, I know you probably just worry about one at a time, but grand scheme of things, winning today, because you sort of rebound your confidence. If you stumbled here, could it have started to slowly slip away on you?
I mean, I'd be lying if that doesn't cross your mind. But we had a bad first half. They had a bad second half. We played pretty well the second half. Didn't play very well the first half. And it was a different lineup. We were trying to do different things, and probably in hindsight, that probably wasn't a smart thing to do. Now, after we changed lineups and we could do a better job of guarding them and a better job of rebounding, we ran better offense.
Coach, you talked about Haley's versatility, a few times this season. The only position he hasn't played is center. He said he could do it.
No, he's not going to.
No? Okay. No experiment.
No, I mean, maybe if we were going to play, if we had a game against Beckley Bible, we might do it. But no, we're not going to do it.
Some of those different things, different sets that you ran and tried that you went away from in the second half, though, does that mean they're totally on the shelf, or are there still times you're going to keep working on them?
No, we're going to keep working on them. We're going to keep working on them. I think we can get some good things out of them. They did a great job. Mike has done an unbelievable job. I mean, to start out the way they started out in the league and to get it turned the way they've gotten it turned, and I think most people thought they may not win a league game, and he's done a terrific job. And you got to give those guys credit for not quitting and actually, really stepping up their game. I got all the respect in the world for them.
Bob, the possession at the end of the first half?
Was what?
The possession at the end of the first half, 4 inbound passes, and Jermaine throws it in. Maybe how you drew it up, I don't know, but that certainly seemed like it made everybody exhale a little bit.
I could lie like a lot of guys would and said, yeah, that was, something that we've worked on, but I'm not going to lie to you. I just said, throw the damn thing in.
For a team that's had a hard time getting shots to fall, to have something like that, and you did it a couple
It
times
tried
that
not
just felt
to.
better.
It tried not to.
Right.
It rolled around for a minute there. Looked like it may not go in.
With McNeil, how much strength has he gotten back over the last, he was sick there last week and had a rough
Looked all
go
right
at
to
it.
me. I don't know. He looked all right to me. I had 2 roommates that studied too damn much, and they just turned me off from studying, so I never gave it a thought to be a doctor. They bored me to death.
Anything else? That's good.
Thank you.